He's in denial, and that's part of the whole disease. But he also attributes his problem to the fact that he got molested when he was by
Okay,
an
then
older
okay,
woman.
then
By an
okay,
older
say it.
woman.
Yes.
By an older woman.
Own that. For real.
Can I, but do you hear what he's saying?
Okay.
He's saying he got molested by an older woman, and that's why he molested little girls.
Okay. And in turn, that is usually the cycle in which it happens. You were molested, therefore you molest. And not all people do it, but some people don't know how to contain it because it has happened to them.
That happen to me?
I gotta disagree with
what?
that. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a true story, a real story. I got molested when I was 10 years old by an older chick,
Okay. You liked it, right?
and I loved it.
Okay. Again,
But
there's
listen,
a difference.
and I loved
There's
it.
but again,
And I did
everyone
not
is
go
different.
around molesting little girls.
Everyone is different.
Can I? Do you
Case
want to hear the
scenario.
story? You want to hear the story?
We're
You
listening.
wanna- I'm gonna tell you the story.
No.
Listen, so no, because I didn't even know I was molested. I was 10 years old,
Why is my dick out?
and I was 10 years old, and I used to go to this babysitter like 5 years before that. You know, when I was like 4 or 5. Apparently, I guess at one time my mother needed somewhere to go, and she dropped me off at this babysitter who I hadn't seen in like 5 years. You know, she had a husband and she had a daughter, an older daughter. The girl was maybe about 15, 16 years old. So here I am. I haven't seen them in like 10 years, 5 years or whatever. I'm 10. I'm rolling up in there. You know, every 10-year-old boy thinks they fresh. So I go up in there and, you know, I'm just there for the day. The daughter, who was 15, about 15 years old, takes me up to the attic. Now, the way this place was set up, you know what I mean? She used to, they used to babysit the kids. It was like a daycare center. You know, they used to take care of the kids downstairs, and it was like licensed or whatever. They had the kitchen and space for all the kids, whatever. And they lived upstairs. So she took me upstairs to the house, and she took me upstairs to the attic. And while we was upstairs in the attic, I never forget this, dude. I swear to you, this is real side. I never forget this. She had like the biggest breasts. Like her breasts were huge.
Guys, we shouldn't be laughing about this, but because this is really
This
traumatic
is,
for some
you know,
people.
you know, and she just jumped on me and she stuck her tongue so far down my throat. I was like, whoa. You know what I mean? And then she was like, had my hand on her breast and she was filling up all over me. And I was 10. Now let me tell you the difference. There's a huge difference between me and this fucking pervert Stephen Collins, right? First of all, when this happened to me, I myself was molested by an older female. I was 10, she was 15. You know what I mean? The first thing I did was during the incident, I didn't do anything because that was the first time I was actually had a kiss. I was just standing there. But I knew it didn't bother me. I wasn't traumatized. I was actually like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm the fucking man right now.
Guys, this really isn't funny. This happens.
No,
to
but I'm
people,
telling you
and
exactly
it is traumatizing.
how it felt to me. And
male
listen,
and female.
The only reason I found out, I didn't find out I was molested until I was like 20 something years old. When I was with a girl, I was dating a chick, and we was on her roof at like a roof party with a bunch of her friends, and they were all going around stories talking about the first time we kissed. And I told my story the first time I kissed, and she just seen their faces. They always looking at me like, you got molested. I was like, nah, I didn't. I was like, wait. I was like, wait a second. That does sound like I got molested. I was like, but you should have seen their face. They was all looking at me like the whole party just came to a halt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They was bringing me like a pillow to sit down, like a fucking washcloth. Like, you all right? I'm like, that shit happened like 15 years ago. Yo, yeah, I'm all right. They was like, but you got molested. Oh my God, who did you tell? I was like, did you tell your parents? I was like, hell no, I didn't tell my mom.
That was.
I was like, hell no, I didn't tell my mom. So my mom's would have went off on that chick. I told my brother. He's like, what your brother do? I said, he told me to. This is exactly what my brother did, yo. I told my brother, the first thing I did was I could wait to get home to tell somebody. I got home, I told my brother, I was like, Eric. He was like, what? I was like, what do you mean when your thing get hard? He was like, what? I was like, because I was 10 years old. So I was holding, I was like, what do you mean when your thing get hard? He was like, what? Who got your thing hard? I was like, so I told the whole
So
story.
you ran home with a Woody?
The whole way. The whole way. Straight up. By the time I got to the house, I was so excited to tell my brother. It just over. So I told my brother the story, right? My brother know what the girl looked like. My brother's 7 years older than me, so they're around the same age. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 10. My brother was like 17 at the time. The girl was 15. He knew what she looked like. So I'm telling my brother the whole story. He's looking at me like in two different ways. First, he's looking at me like, you lucky motherfucker. And he's looking at me like, I hate you. You know what I mean? Cause she was, her face was all right, but she was like, her body was like, you know what I mean?